The Sopranos season 6, episode 6 is here today. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again for another reaction here on the channel. All right. So, last episode was a doozy. It tackled a subject that I never thought the Sopranos would, and that is, manliness and, how for lack of a better word, how toxic it can be and how it affects us as men, of how we show our emotion and stuff like that, and what society or our own friends could possibly think of us, and also what you gotta do sometimes to compensate for that. You know what I'm saying? So I really do commend them, claps all around for even putting something like that on TV. Is definitely groundbreaking. Nowadays it's everywhere. It's, what I'm saying? It happens all the time in TV shows. I'm talking about back in the day, you would have never guessed that something like this would be on TV, where they tackle a subject like this, and it's on point. It's very on point of how men handle things, of how men would go about and handle things. Nowadays, and me showing emotion doesn't make me soft. Not because I be on here sometimes. I might watch a TV show, and me seeing something on screen and then I'm crying, whether it's anime, whether it's a TV show, whatever. It doesn't make me soft, dude. It doesn't make me soft. That's just a perception of society. That's just a perception of everybody else. It doesn't make me soft. I'm still a man. I still could get down. If fights need to be had, I'm still there. I'll still show up. I still don't back down from situations, because I've been through life. I've been through so much shit in my life. You're trying to tell me that the times when I was in New York homeless, and sometimes I'm on the train, and because of the situation that I was in, I just start crying. You're trying to tell me that makes me soft? Are you kidding me right now? These are the situations, man. That's just it. Life hits you hard sometimes. You just gotta let it out. You just gotta let it out. And I have to say to my male guys out there, it doesn't make you soft to cry. Just don't be doing it all the damn time. You're not a baby. Sometimes you gotta suck it up. Sometimes you do have to suck it up. And yes, that may come off as male toxicity as well, but it is the truth. You as a man gotta be firm. You gotta be firm. You gotta stay in your masculinity. Unfortunately, a part of your masculinity is to stay firm and to stay strong. So you can't just be crying all the damn time every time something gets overwhelming. But if it gets too much, there's nothing wrong with it. If you do it, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay? The two situations I just described can be the same. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't be doing it all the damn time. It's not attractive. Okay? It's just not. It's not attractive. Okay? So don't just be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You want a date with a girl, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you start crying. That shit is not acceptable, okay? You know what I mean? You gotta stay firm. She gotta see someone that can protect her. You can't be a crybaby, okay? If the situation calls for it, you know what I mean? Situations like that does not call for crying. Stand firm, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand firm. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is this, it is like, when it comes on to the toxic masculinity thing, when you're talking about repressed emotion, that's where I'm on board with it. But the other stuff that they talk about, when they trying to tack on everything into it, and I'm just like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Stay on subject. Stay on subject. But in any case, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let's get to the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review.
I'm laying out. You coming?
The UV index is 10.
Jesus. We don't do anything. We don't eat. We don't go out. God knows we don't do anything else.
Is that all you ever think about? Sex?
All I ever think about, you haven't fucked me in over a year.
Blood sugar. I told you, the weight loss. Good. Fine. Skin cancer.
Thing we talked about at the wedding?
Rusty, you made the call to Italy.
Our friend over there's gonna fit him for a suit. She's sending over two of her best tailors.
So I should meet him at the airport?
No, they're gonna call you when they arrive. Now you hook them up with a third party. Get them some scissors.
This is smart, though. The more I think about it,
Glad you approve.
anybody taking a look, there's nothing linking us to it.
Hey,
there he is.
So, I saw my cousin this week. It turns out he, ran into a friend of yours, the big guy, Vito.
And?
He was in a fag bar, dancing with a guy.
Get the fuck out.
The jokes.
It was me this kid was spreading rumors about. He'd have something up his own ass. And it wouldn't be no cock either.
That's the point, though. This guy Sal, I know him. He's a friend of ours.
I fucking called it. Long time ago.
You know Vito was a Riccione.
Yes.
When?
I never said it, but I knew.
Now get the fuck out, huh? And enough of this rush to judgment. Before we know this fucking Sal guy's got a hard on for Vito. Oh, you think this is funny, huh? There's a man's reputation at stake here.
A married man with kids.
Nah, that don't mean shit. Elton John was married.
Yeah, Rock Hudson, too. I think.
So what do we gotta do, Tom? Actually see him take it in the ass?
Get Vito on the phone.
He called me the other night, 3 o'clock in the morning after the wedding.
And?
Yeah, honestly, it was weird. He wanted to know what was going on.
He was fucking fishing. See if we heard.
Straight to voicemail.
Don't, I mean, he represents us.
I'm not gonna condemn the man off the wood of some fucking douchebag from Yonkers.
I could care less, basically.
Yeah? Maybe you're a flambe.
Fucking nauseating. It's up to me. I drag Vito behind my fucking car right now.
Oh, will you take it easy over there, fucking Judge Roy Bean?
One of my bar girls knows his Gumad. Check with her. Maybe she's seen him and knows where he is. Eh? Lauren.
Maybe he's bisexual.
Think about it, though, Tom. So weight loss.
AIDS?
Nobody's got AIDS. I don't want to hear that word in here again. Let me ask you something. Those, two Arabs with the credit cards, Fazul or whatever his name is.
Yeah?
You think there's a chance they could be, I don't know, Al-Qaeda's? Something like that?
You know, at one point it did cross my mind.
And?
I don't think so. They're gun nuts, but the smaller guy, Ahmed, when those Danish cartoons got published, he was very upset, but at the protesters. He said he hated the cartoons, but that the rioting shit would just bring bad attention to all Muslims. And the other guy, Muhammad, his brother's a government interrogator in Lebanon or Syria. Plus, Muhammad and his girlfriend have a dog, a Springer Spaniel.
Could be covers. Still
like
can't
that
rule it out though. Still can't rule it out because the thing about it, like, it was so prevalent. Like, Al Qaeda was everywhere.
Vito! What the fuck you doing? Tony's looking for you.
For me?
He's been calling for fucking days.
My goddamn phone. Jesus. Everything all right?
You tell us.
I'm good. Tell Tony I'll call him.
It's better you come in.
Sure. You go ahead and I'll follow you.
What are you doing? Fucking funno! Lying piece of shit! Better not come around here no more! Hey,
You speak Ital, right? Some friends coming over from Naples, paying a visit to a guy from New York.
Who?
The little guy in Ozone Park.
It's pretty high up.
You should provide him a couple of dumb gats, guidance on where to find him.
How do I get a hold of him?
Just leave your phone on. Part 2 when it's done.
I hear Fat Vito's been riding up the Hershey Highway.
Where'd you get that?
Come on.
Somebody started a joke. I won't mention any names. There's no truth to it.
Oh.
It's a fucking captain you're talking about. People went to see him. He was down the shore with his guma.
So it's bullshit then.
As soon as he saw him, he took off like a bat on a hill. You didn't hear it from me.
It could be a midlife thing.
Sucking a cock.
Hi, how you doing?
I know her.
I need a room for the night.
I don't have anybody down for a reservation.
The sign said vacancy.
Oh, we have rooms. We usually don't get walk-ins. Come in. Glad to have you. Slow around here till the leaf peepers show up. Let me show you where we serve breakfast.
I just want to go to my room.
No problem. It's 140, breakfast included, MasterCard or Visa.
I'll pay cash.
No, we accept that too, but you can take care of it in the morning.
I'm just beat. That's all. My car broke down.
On a night like this, too. You know, my stepson runs the tow service. You want early morning, I can have your rig brought to the mobile.
Yeah? Black Cadillac. Route, 228. This is for you.
Have a good night. Franklin Pierce room, up the stairs, first door to the right.
As a matter of fact, thinking about this lady, it's been such a long time since I watched the Blacklist. I haven't watched. I don't even know if it's still going on, to be honest. I think the last season I watched was season 7. I don't even know if it's still going on, or if season 7 was the last season.
You want more coffee?
No, I'm coffeeed out.
You don't say hello to your uncle?
Hey, Uncle Sil.
Vito. Well, he ain't gonna show. I'll just leave him these.
He said he'd be back from Vegas today. I don't know.
You want Vito? How's things going with you guys?
We have our ups and downs.
And, in the romance department?
Excuse me? What's this all about?
It's awkward.
No offense, I really don't want to talk about this. Vito's a good father and a loving husband.
But his mind is elsewhere. He takes these unexplained powders.
He's got a Kumar, I know all about it.
It's nothing. Forget about it. You hear from him? Tell him I brought him some blood, sweat, and tears tickets. Backstage passes, too. I'm telling you, my business, I'm around a lot of women. That one ain't getting laid.
Hello?
Vito? You got him?
Who?
Put Vito on the phone, asshole.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
What are you, sucking his dick? Put him on.
I bet I kick your ass, you fucking faggot.
Yeah, that's right. Telephone tough guy. Put Vito on the phone.
Look, there ain't no Vito, man. I found the phone on the side of the road.
What?
Hang on a second.
Where'd you find the phone? Hello? Hello? Oh, you motherfucker. What happened?
Bob?
Actually, I had him pegged the whole time. But
Stop lying, Tony.
He a close friend?
not only that, he's one of my most valuable guys. He's ambitious. He's focused. When I was in the hospital, he helped Carmelo tremendously when we were strapped.
You've implied you have millions of dollars. Your hospital stay was actually that costly?
Well, no, but, huh? Is that the issue?
You tell me, what is the issue?
He's a fag.
And?
Now, what am I supposed to do?
About what?
I know it. They're born that way, right? It's not their fault. Frankly, I think they go about in pity for themselves.
I don't think they see it as a fault.
In your circle, I'm sure you got all kinds of gays and trans whatevers of all stripes.
Trans
Not where I come
whatevers.
from.
You personally, how do you feel about homosexuality?
I find it disgusting. Men kissing men, holding hands in the street. Every fucking TV show now, they rub your nose in it.
True.
And all that.
Wow.
The
This
lesbians,
show
yeah.
is way ahead of its time. I never did. You know, when you guys say this show was groundbreaking, I never thought that this what I was getting into. I thought it was completely different. But based on the subjects that they tackle and they talk about in this show, I didn't think they would have went here, but here we are.
Jennifer Beals. It's not bad. She's dyke in real life?
No, she's not.
I don't give too much of a shit what people do behind closed doors with consenting adults. But don't forget, I'm a strict Catholic. I agree with that senator at Senatorium. Says if we let this stuff go too far, pretty soon we'll be fucking dogs.
I hear a lot of ambivalence.
This guy that got outed, look, the guys that work for me are asking for head.
For his head.
Fuck. You know, him and me were in the construction business. Now some of these union old-timers, the contractors, they're not gonna want to be seen with him. And I'm talking huge deals, major fucking dollars.
A lot of your circle must have done jail time. They can't be strangers to male-male sexual contact.
You're gonna pass for that.
You get a pass for that.
Nice.
What are you gonna do? There's no women there. You're there 5, 10 years. Just for the record, my incarceration was very short term, so I never had any need for any anal,
So this fella who's
So is that
been outed, what's he saying?
You think I'm lying, don't you? About when I was in jail.
I've given you no indication I think you're lying.
What the fuck? I suppose some inside me says, God bless, I salute. Who gives a shit? When I had a second chance. Why shouldn't he?
Part of your new outlook?
Maybe.
I salute it then.
It's all fucking order, I'll tell you that.
How so?
You can talk about every day being a gift and stopping to smell the roses. But regular life's got a way of picking away at it.
True.
Your house, the shit you own, it drags you down. Your kids, what they want. One bad idea after another. Just trying to work a cell phone menu's enough to make you scream.
What about Vito?
Nothing. Him and Maria having some problems, that's all.
I can probably guess.
Excuse me?
I'm not going first.
Do you know something? Okay. He is possibly gay.
Finn saw him giving some guy a blowjob.
I'm just,
He's out on that job in construction. Finn showed up early one morning and he saw Vito in a car going down in some security guard.
Oh my God!
He saw this?
He had Finn all freaked out. He still does.
Why didn't you say something?
Because Vito warned Finn not to.
Sitting on the park bench.
You gotta hear what Meadow just told us.
Mom!
The cat's out of the bag, Meadow.
This is so awkward.
Famous dentist.
Oh God, they brought Finn in.
Hey, Unfortunately, Finn here's got some bad news, so, listen up. Sit down. Yeah. Right. Tell him what you saw. Don't be scared. It's all right, dear.
Let me ask you a question. Before he cornered you in the porta potty, when the security guard was sucking him off.
Well, once it was the other way around.
What?
Vito was blowing the security guard.
Son of a bitch! Catching, not pitching.
He's not gonna know I told you?
You ain't gonna have no problem from Vito. Believe me.
What are you gonna do?
It'll be okay. Get him to pay for some therapy.
Well, look, why don't you, let's go out front. Get yourself a sandwich. Any kind you like, huh? Soda.
What is he, like a child?
We're
Go
done
get
here.
yourself a sandwich and a soda.
Take you back. All right.
Poor Finn. Well, now y'all got confirmation.
I want to kill the fat faggot myself. Be a fucking honor. Cut off his piece of deal and feed it to him.
There'll be no mistake now.
I can't believe I stuck up for him. I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart.
Well, we can't have him here in our social club no more. I mean, that much I do know.
Social club. He's gotta go.
I want to think about it.
I don't know if we should go that far,
What the
though.
fuck? What is there to think about?
Sit down.
Fuck that, I'll say it again. What the fuck is there to think about?
You gonna take care of his kids?
After he's gone?
It's true. They didn't do nothing. Poor little guys.
Now sit down.
At least Tony's being rational here.
I'm sorry if I yelled, T. It's just, how much more betrayal can I take?
Vito a fag. Big construction tycoon. Tone, when he was always talking about greasing the union, who knew that's what he meant?
Yeah.
All right, this stays in these four walls.
Does it though? It's already out.
This
been confirmation through the grapevine. Vito was seen in a car with a man. I don't want to get graphic beyond that. The idea of it repulses me so much.
Confirmation? Who?
The witness has no reason to lie.
No.
We can't be in denial no more, much as we love him. Where do you think he might have gone, honey? So we can get him back here. Get him to do something about it.
Listen, Tom. Since you took enough for me to give me this responsibility, I might as well be the one to say.
I skipped the preambles.
The guys at Vito's crew, they say if he was to come back, they refuse to take orders from him.
What they do?
Not only that, a couple of the other captains won't talk to him. And I don't disagree. And Paulie especially. Now that he's accepted it, hey, he's the most out for Vito's scalp.
Yeah, you should hear him, Tom. He's going fucking mau-mau on the subject.
Well, it's not their fucking decision who they work with. Let me tell you something. Fucking Vito, through sheer hard work, turned himself into my best earner. I don't even know if I'd have the new boat without him. He's a come-from-behind kind of guy.
That's true.
From that kind of dedication? It's hard to believe I couldn't get something more out of him if he would have come back. Stocks, offshore shit. I don't know.
Well, these other guys feel an effort should be made to find him and put him down for the honor of the family.
Oh, please, huh? You know, certain people, they love the high drama, like fucking high school girls. And others I can name, they just can't wait to whack somebody, anybody.
But some people feel it's against our principles, Tom. A sin.
Carlo, let's be honest with ourselves here. We all know Vito's not the first. Well, we'll do great things.
Oh, Jesus, thanks again, Anthony. Thank you.
What? It's 2006. There's pillow biters in the special forces.
Let me just ask you, Tom. Sake of argument. Let's say he shows up. You gonna kiss this guy on both cheeks? Take Paulie, okay?
Oh my god.
You know
I
perfectly
can't.
well
These jokes are
guys
too.
like him never kick up their full percent to you. You look the other way. Price of doing business. Now you cut Vito slack now that he's out of the closet. Just the
I know
excuse
he's
people
talking
need
about
to
kissing on the both cheeks, but
start withholding serious money.
Let me read in peace, will you?
This is nice. This pot.
Yeah, that's Bonita, arts and crafts movement.
Yeah? I really don't know much about this stuff.
Well, you've got a good eye. It's the most expensive piece in the store. You're a natural.
all right. I will say this. Tackling the whole gay thing. Good on them. Good on them for doing that. You know, I've said my stance on it plenty of time. I've had people come on my Discord thinking, you know what I'm saying? I remember this one comment. You know, I know you guys are new to the channel, so this was way back when I had my original channel and stuff. I'll give you guys an example of something that happened. And I did make a video about it as well, of a disagreement I had with somebody that I was trying to help in my Discord. And then they heard me say something, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you weren't one of those people." I was like, okay, I guess I can't have an opinion about my own damn self either, right? So the situation went like this. I know you guys don't like hearing me tell stories, but I got to. So just listen. It's in reference to what just went on in the show, right? So I said I would never start an OnlyFans. And the reason why I would never start an OnlyFans is because the idea of another man masturbating to me to it could just be off my foot or whatever, you know, right? Because people were asking me, would I start an OnlyFans? And that was my answer, was like, no, I wouldn't, because the idea, I think it would psychologically, it would psychologically mess with me to know that there are other guys out there that are masturbating to my pictures or whatever. Some people don't mind, but that's their prerogative. That's just my personal opinion on it, and why I wouldn't do an OnlyFans and posting, you know, naked pics or, you know, whatever the situation is. If it was for like other reasons, I'm talking about like an OnlyFans, you know, sexual pictures, stuff like that, that part of it, you know, because I know you can do OnlyFans for other things, right? So with the whole OnlyFans thing, so somebody called me out on it. They said, oh, this and that or whatever. I believe it was just an opinion of why I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying people can't do it. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do it or whatever the situation is. By all means, all the women out there that are doing OnlyFans, do your thing, but understand that there's consequences that come with doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? By basically selling yourself on the internet, you got to understand that there's consequences that comes with that. I just explained why I wouldn't do it, because I feel like it would psychologically mess with me, right? So my stance on this, you know, whole thing about homosexuality and this like that, I was like, by all means, do what you want to do, love who you want to love, but understand that there is consequences that comes with it for everything that we do in life, right? Whether it be good good consequences or bad consequences that comes with our actions, right? Based on how the world perceive us as individuals or whatever, there's stuff that comes with it, and that's all I'm going to say about that stuff, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, they deserve to go to hell and all of this other stuff. At the end of the day, I don't determine that. So I'm not going to condemn you like that. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't determine that. I'm not going to put that kind of judgment on any individual based on their preference and who they want to love, right? I'm not going to do that. I myself are not attracted to other men, right? I'm not. So that's just my stance. Is there anything wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with me being heterosexual. Even nowadays, the way how the climate of everything is going on, where it's like, oh, if you're not attracted to transsexuals and stuff like that, they say you're transphobic. I don't really go into all that narrative and stuff like that, because I think that stuff is just people being delusional and not even really thinking with a logical mind. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't even try to tackle it, because I think it's useless to really go into any sorts of arguments about that stuff, because it's just, if you actually look at it from a logical point of view, you could never come up with a conclusion like that. It makes no fucking sense. So everybody has their preferences. Who we're attracted to is all about preferences. That's all it is. Who we're attracted to is all about preferences. If you choose to marry somebody you're not attracted to, that's on you, buddy. It ain't on me. Okay? It ain't on me. right? So we're all individuals. We got to accept that. So at the end of the day, when it comes on to this episode and what it tackled and how they decide to handle it, I'm kind of surprised that Tony is the one that's being a lot more rational than all the other guys. I get it. It's a situation where you're gonna have, it's kind of like men being gay in sports. You get what I'm saying? Especially in contact sports, you're gonna feel a certain kind of way about, especially if you're like a quarterback and your center is gay. You're gonna feel a kind of way propped up behind that dude taking the ball from him. And people are going to say you shouldn't feel like that, but you can't tell me how to feel about that situation, because that's just how I feel about it. I feel like you might think we got something going on. No. You get what I'm saying? You might be saying, why should it change anything? It's the perception of it all. You got to understand that how you're perceived determine a lot of things in life and society. That's just how it is. Certain things based on perception is just not going to change. Certain people, of how things are perceived or how you are perceived as an individual is just not going to change. You just got to be who you are and just, you know what I'm saying? It sucks, but in general, life sucks. You get what I'm saying? In general, life sucks. And there's a lot of things that, you know, I myself don't get access to. You get what I'm saying? Because of the color of my skin. But do I sulk and say, oh, they got to? They have to? No, I don't do that, because there's them as an individual judging me based on the color of my skin. I'm not here to change that. On to the next. On to the next. I'm not going to protest that and all of this other stuff that people do. I'm just like, yo, life is life. Hate and love exist, right? And unfortunately, that's just how it is. I will speak out against it, yes. But am I going to sit here and be like, am I going to sit here and spend the next 20 years of my life trying to get that person to change so I can get that particular job, and I'm going to protest for the rest of my life about it? Hell no, I ain't got that kind of time. Move on to the next. Plenty of opportunities out there. Somebody's going to say yes. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. And I'm not saying this to say that activists and people who do these things and talk out against this in public and stuff like that are not doing good work. That's what you choose to do. That's okay as well. That's just not what I'm going to do. So when it comes on to this stuff, I'm not saying you can't do, you know, your march and, you know, wear your rainbow colors and, you know, do your thing. I'm just not going to be a part of that. That's just me. You literally, I've told the people, you know, it's okay if you don't consider me an ally based on my beliefs. It's okay. You get what I'm saying? It's okay. I still believe that you're a human being. I'm still gonna love you as a human being. I just don't agree with what you choose to do, and that's okay too. You know, we don't have to agree on everything. You get what I'm saying? We don't have to agree on anything. You have the right to be attracted to who you are attracted to, and all I'm trying to say is that with everything that we choose to do in life, who we love, who we choose to be as individuals, there are consequences that come to it, good and bad. That's all I'm trying to say. And that might be a neutral point to take when it comes on to this stuff, but at the end of the day, that's not who I'm attracted to. I don't love you any less because that's who you are attracted to. Just don't bring, like, what I've always told people is, like, because I have you know, friends that are, you know, gay and stuff like that, you know, and I've always told them, I was like, as long as you don't like touch me on my butt and stuff like that, we good. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't cross the line. You get what I'm saying? Not even in a joking way, because the thing about it is this: when it comes on to attraction and stuff like that, if I know that you're attracted to guys, don't touch my booty. Don't touch my booty. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a good day for us. Let's just say that it's not gonna be a good day for us. Don't do stuff like that. Don't touch me in my face softly. You know those things are reserved for women because that's who I'm attracted to. Like, don't do stuff like that, not even jokingly. So they understand that and they don't do that stuff around me. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the experience that they're going through and who they are and who they're attracted to, and that's cool. You know, I've always and as I said, I don't condemn. Do what you do, just like how I'm going through life and accepting those consequences, good and bad, on the choices that I make in life. You're gonna have to do the same. That's just how it is. And a lot of things that we do and the decisions that we make, it is perceived a certain way through society, and we just got to navigate our way throughout that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a little bit more harsher reality for some than others, right? And we just got to navigate through it. You get what I'm saying? That's all it is. So this episode really tackled a subject that I didn't expect them to go down. Tony talked about it in therapy. You know, and as I said, he's the last one I really did expect to go this way because, you know what I'm saying? And them using that word, also plenty of different words for, you know, homosexual guys that they used in this show. You know, nowadays you can't even do that. I don't even think that I don't even think any TV shows in probably like the last 5 to 10 years have used that word on TV. Like I don't remember ever anything recent. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think so. I don't think I've seen that in any recent TV shows or even movies. I think that word is like saying the N-word these days. You know, so it's crazy to hear it there, but it is what it is. You know, and talking from a perspective of a guy who's coming from a country that, I'm telling you, in Jamaica, you get deaded on the spot. You probably get shot on the spot if people know that you are gay. So it's, you know what I mean, coming to this country and realizing certain things, you know what I'm saying, and being never being conditioned to believe that they're less of a human being because of that. I've never really thought of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like we make jokes. You know what I'm saying? We make jokes, and that's not to put them down or anything. Everybody gets made fun of. Transsexuals, gay, I don't give a shit who you are. Lesbians, whatever. We make fun. That's a part of life as well, and that comes with the territory of who you are as an individual and what you choose to do. That's a part of it as well. So I don't know what Vito is going to do. I don't know where he's going to end up. For a minute there, I really thought that he was going to end himself. You know, Tony's really thinking about bringing him back, but also Silas kind of putting certain things into perspective for him and help him to understand it's like, nobody's going to respect this dude. Do you really want to have a captain that nobody respects? You know what I mean? That nobody wants to be around, want to take orders from. It's going to create too much tension. Somebody might make a mistake and does off him. So it's just how it is. It shouldn't be that way, but that's just how it is. And he's got to come to terms with that and decide what he wants to do. Hopefully he still decides to keep him in, you know. Listen, I feel for Vito. I really do. That it has to come to this. But why marry? You know what I'm saying? Because the thing about it is, this is like, you know, gay people tend to say, we were born like this. Which I don't believe. Right? I don't believe that people are born gay. But it's all about the environment that you are brought up in and stuff like that. I think it has a lot more to do with parenting more than anything else. And if that's who you're attracted to, that's who you're attracted to. You know, it is what it is, right? And I tried to stay as neutral as possible with this subject because I know it's a very touchy subject and people get all up in arms about it. It's kind of like, you know, the situation when it comes on to us as black people. You know, I try to stay as neutral as possible because you have to try to understand things from two sides. You get what I'm saying? I'm not talking about racism, right? That's not what I'm talking about when I say that. So I don't want to go there as in to say it's racism. I'm talking about racism is totally, it's so one-sided in the instance, right? It's so one-sided. So I can't say you can't be neutral when it comes to that. And maybe I'm not explaining myself the way how I really want to explain myself, because I'm trying to kind of censor myself, because I don't want to say I'm trying to censor myself because I don't want to say certain things, because YouTube will flag your video for weird stuff. It's a mess. Okay, so I'm really trying to formulate things to say it in a way where it's in some ways PC more than anything else, but my opinion still stands, right? So it's a weird situation. Sometimes it's really hard for me to explain because it's not a very popular belief. You know what I'm saying? When it comes on to how my stance on these things, it's not a very popular opinion, or how we should handle certain things. Because if I say certain things, like even this, what I'm explaining to you guys right now, I probably couldn't even sit in front of my family and say these things, because they would be like, oh, so you like gay people? It's you know what I'm saying? It's just that I try to stay neutral. I think my older brother is the only one that I can actually talk about this. He's like, they're okay. I work with them all the time. They're good people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I believe too. It's just, you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And it's cool, man. As long as you're not pushing up all we good, you know, and that's all it is. But the thing about it, as I said, one of the things that I hate about it is that when you say these things, people come to you and they be like, oh, so you're homophobic, you're transphobic if you're not attracted to these people, which I think is complete bullshit, but it is what it is, right? So great episode, man. You know, it was a great episode. I have nothing else to say about this. They tackled the subject really well, brought some things to attention about how different people feel about, you know, somebody being gay or finding out somebody being gay. You know what I mean? The whole situation with Vito, I'm like, why you get married and have 2 kids and now you're gay? What did this game after this attraction after the marriage? Obviously he, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe he's bisexual, just didn't know how to explore that other part of him. You know what I mean? It's a complicated situation for him, because that's a lot of times, because I had these conversations, you know what I mean? And it's like when did the attraction start? Like, when did you start to feel? Some people say that's when they were really young, you know what I'm saying? And when they're really young, they started to feel like they were attracted to other boys and stuff like that. And I was like, you know, that's what you're attracted to. That's what you're attracted to. I can't do nothing about it. I can't tell you who to be in this life. Is who, you know what I'm trying to say? And they're like, oh, it's just a part of their being and all this other stuff. I was like, cool. That's what you believe. That's what you believe. You know what I mean? And our beliefs may differ, but you still got a life that you have to live at the end of the day. So that is all I have to say. This episode was great, man. They tackled a subject that they've kind of like touched on a little bit during all these seasons and stuff like that, but it never really had an episode specifically doing this. I never knew that the whole Vito thing was going to come back around again to be this prominent in the series here. I think that happened in like season 4, right? Or was it last season? I think it was season 4 that the whole thing in the car happened with Vito. I think that was season 4. So to bring it back in season 6, brilliantly done. I never thought they would have went there, but they did. Excellent work. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave a like on the video, leave a comment, and I will catch you guys for for the next one, man. Peace.